Good morning, everyone. We're up here in the garden this morning for just a really quick, simple video. I am going to pull out these potatoes today. A lot of these have died back. They're totally dead. And some of them down that end are still green, but in the process of dying. We're just going to pull them all out. I want to see if some grew better than others, if some are bigger than others, if some rotted. Last year when we grew potatoes, they all had scab. They were all rotted. So I'm hoping this year is going to be better. Now this first bed is Yukon Gold, and we've already pulled out most of these potatoes, so I can't compare how many pounds of each we got, but I can compare how many per plant. Roughly how many per plant we got, because we've already been pulling out the Yukon Golds and eating them. So there's a couple of plants left in here, so let's pull them out and see what we get. Oh yeah, let's see what's under this plant. Nothing. Okay, so that one looks like it's been buggy and rot. Uh-oh, I see ants, guys. I can't stick my hand down in there. Let me grab a shovel. Little hand shovel, and we'll check it out. Oh, that is so frustrating. We try and try to get rid of the fire ants, and we just can't. I don't know what else to do about them, but let's check it out. Okay, let's see. Ooh, there's a massive potato there. Okay, see, I may have let these go too long. Other than the fact that it has ants all over it, and in it, you can see them coming right out of the potato there. They're just, dang it. All right, well, other than the fact that that potato has ants in it, that was a big one. And that's really upsetting. I may have let these go a little too long, because the ones I pulled out earlier looked like they were in better shape. It looks like those were the only two potatoes on that plant. Okay, so number one, Yukon Gold, not doing well. Okay, there's a plant here, or there was a plant here. I also have weeds in here. I had a feeling I should have pulled these up sooner. Okay, there's a small one. They look like they've gotten too wet. That's hollow right there. Well, I think I may have gotten all the potatoes this year I'm going to get. That one looks okay. Get that one. I would normally just stick my hands in here, but not after seeing those ants on the last one. All right, let's see what we got over here. There's another plant right here. There's some nice looking mini potatoes. Those ones look really good. Those are nice, clear skin, smooth. That one looks good. Let's get this out of here. They have really loose soil. You can see it's super easy to dig up. There's a potato. Looks pretty good. Smooth skin. It's got a hole right there, a little bit of a hole, but it's a good size. Here's a couple. It looks like we're getting like 1 or 2 decent sized potatoes per plant, and then some little ones. I mean, it's not much, probably, you know, about 4 or 5 meals there, but like I said, we'd already pulled out most of these. So, okay, we're gonna move on to the red potatoes. Now, these are potatoes that I buy from the feed store. I don't know what kind they are. They're just a little red potato. So let's see if we can find anything in here. Now this bed, we did this on purpose. This bed is basically natural ground. There's pine needles, there's leaves, it's all natural dirt. I did not add any potting mix or compost. This is all natural dirt, all natural ground, and I did it on purpose because I wanted to see if the pH of our ground would grow potatoes. So we're fixing to find out. Let's see if we can find any potatoes. Now there's a potato right there. So these are the red potatoes. They're a red skin and a white flesh. So we've got one anyway. There's, that plant's got a couple on there. But look at this. This potato is already resprouting. And I found this problem last year too. So maybe I need to harvest these before they die back. These plants are the most still alive, and they seem to regrow faster. We've got some rotted ones here, but we've got some that look pretty good. That one's no good. We've got some kind of nasty grub thingy in here. Oh, and we got some long worm. Ew, that one's all chewed up. You can see it's all chewed up. That's no good. Now, why there's white potatoes in here, I don't know. This is, okay, so whatever this white potato is, it didn't do good at all, but I don't know why there's a white potato in this bed. But it's all chewed up, so the white ones didn't do good in our natural ground, that's for sure. Another one. Lots of these little white grubs. If you know what those are, let me know. They're all over the place. I'm gonna step on them though. I don't want them in my garden. Well, there's another red one. Now, the red ones seem to have these rough spots on them that they don't look very healthy. Not all of them. There are a couple of good ones here. I'm gonna set these over here. These look like some type of fingerling, but I really can't imagine how they got in there. This is my stake that just says red taters. So I'm telling you guys, I can't imagine how. Here, look, here's some more white ones. I wonder if those red ones are a cross or something, because I know I only planted red potatoes in here. And look at this, these are all white, little tiny white potatoes. So I don't know, I have no clue. I don't think I'll be buying red taters from the feed store anymore. So that's a nice potato there, but then here we have a decent potato, and again, it's already sprouting. Ooh, that's a big one. I think that's the best potato we've gotten out of this whole bed. Now there's some good potatoes there. Again, that one looks like it's starting to sprout. Wow, this plant right here is loaded. Ew, what is that? There's a slug. Alright, well that potato's no good. That potato's no good. That one's no good. We got a mess of taters on this plant. Unfortunately, most of them aren't any good. That one, you know, it's got a hole right there. Maybe if we ate it tonight. And then these smaller ones seem to definitely do better. Which I'm not really after small potatoes. That one's got a hole in it. That whole end is rotted right there. Got a bunch of little ones. The little ones definitely look to be in better shape than the big ones. Look at that big potato right there. But again, it's a white, knobby potato, and that's not what I planted. These are all white potatoes over here. So there's the potatoes from the red potato bed. I'm not going to grow these again, I guarantee it. Last year they were same way, they were rotted. Now last year I didn't get these white ones. I don't know where these white ones came from, but all the white ones are no good. The red ones are resprouting already, even though the plants never died back. So I mean, there's a couple of good ones, but not worth my time. Okay, let's move on to the last bed now. As you can see, this bed is the greenest bed. They're starting to die back. I had pulled up a plant here to check them, but there's an ant den right there in that corner, and all those potatoes were full of ants. So, all right, these are the Kennebecs. Let's start right here and pull some of these up. All right, well, from very first potato I can tell you these are rotted. So is that too much water, or they just don't like our soil? Yep, they're all scabbed up, pretty nasty looking. Well, this is very disappointing. That one's okay. And this ground is not wet. It doesn't hold water. You can see it's very loose and fluffy, and it's not wet at all. So why it's all scabbed up? We have not had a lot of rain. It could be the soil pH. That one's okay. Okay, those, I'm gonna throw the ones that are no good over here in this corner, which I'm sure when I go through them after they dry up, I'll find some more that aren't any good. Okay, that one's no good. Well, I'm quite disappointed, guys. There's a couple of potatoes down here. It's a good size, but they're just... I don't know if they don't like the pH or the amount of water or what, because they're just not very healthy potatoes. And we just dug into some ants again. Let's move down this way. Maybe it's they don't like the ants, huh? Look, there's a nice sized potato, but it feels like it's getting some scabbing on it. You can feel it's a very rough skin. All right, let me dig all these up. This is a lot of potatoes and they're all green. Let me dig them all up and put them in a pile and we'll see what we got. So, what have we got here? So for the Kennebecks, we got a few, but we lost at least half of them. They're very rotted. They're scabby and holy. We do have some good ones. Or let's say we have some decent ones. I don't think any of them are great, but that's a pretty decent one there. That one's got some soft spots in it. So there are some decent ones, but the Kennebecks, they're half good, half bad. It's possible that they're more bad than good. The red potatoes, I won't grow those again. They were half red, half white. The white ones are all knobby. I don't know what kind of potatoes they are. But the red ones, they did seem to hold up a little bit better than the Kennebecks. I mean, these are all of the red ones are pretty good. There was a few bad ones. So by now the red ones beat the Kennebecks, but I really don't want to grow them again because I have no idea why I got mostly white potatoes in there. And then we have the Yukon Gold, which I would say did the best. All of these potatoes are good. I think there was a couple with some scab on them. Now, we didn't get as many per plant. Oh, I just sat in a bunch of sap. If anybody knows how to get sap out of clothes, I need to know that. I didn't get as many potatoes per plant on the Yukon Gold, but they weathered the season better. They came out better condition than the rest. So I'm going to try Kennebecks again next year, and this time I'll plant a lot more of them. I'm also going to do a lot more research on potatoes and see what I could possibly do different than I did this year. So there you have it, guys, our 3 different kinds of potatoes and what we think of them all. Thanks for staying tuned. Thanks for joining me while I dug up these potatoes and got very upset. Between the ants and the rot, we definitely didn't get very many potatoes, but thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you next time.